Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Gentlemen, I'm going to be moving fast. And, Mr. Chairman, let me assure you, we're going to get to the bottom of everything that happened on J13. We're going to determine what happened, when, precisely, the timeline, what went right, what went wrong, where were their failures, where was their heroic action. We're going to thoroughly and calmly investigate the entire incident, the attempted assassination of former President Trump, and we're going to provide an excellent report to the American people in December. So we're in the middle of this thing right now, and I have to cover a lot of territory in a very few minutes. Commander Lenz, you're the commander of the entire tactical unit for Butler County. That's a multiple agency unit that's assembled across the county, and you're in command. I just want to clarify that. Did you command and supervise the drone team on the morning of J13 to observe and sanitize and clear the entire property, including the water tower?
We had a private company that offered to fly a drone.
They were under your command?
Correct. Yeah,
Thank
under
you.
my. Yep.
And was that sophisticated drone equipment? Or?
As far as I understand it, yes.
Yes, sir. Did you post 2 patrol response units at the water tower for J13?
I did not. I had no actual decision-making as far as the planning goes for where
So
the perimeter people.
Was it your understanding that there were 2 patrol response units parked in the vicinity of the water tower on J13?
I do believe at some point there were.
Okay, that's what we're trying to get to. And was the water tower ladder, which is about 25 feet high, was it ever lowered that day?
No.
Thank you very much. Regarding radio communications, in the pre-mission briefing, you were involved extensively in that in the couple of weeks prior to J13. That's my understanding.
Yes.
Thank you. Regarding radio communications with the visiting federal agencies with jurisdictional authority to protect the former president, the Secret Service, did Butler County ESU, your unit, provide particular radios for the Secret Service or set aside radios for the Secret Service?
We did.
You did. Did you personally call the Secret Service counter sniper teams and remind them to pick up their particular radios on the morning of J13?
So I had spoken to them at the walkthrough and offered the radios.
That was on Thursday.
Correct. And then the day of the rally, our sniper team leader, when they did their face-to-face, he reminded them that the radios.
Yes. Did they ever pick up those radios?
They did not.
And so those 2 counter sniper teams for the Secret Service were posted up on roofs. There was the Northern Counter Sniper Team, which ultimately did not take a shot on crooks because their line of sight was blocked by a couple of trees. I believe in the Southern Counter Sniper Team, which ultimately did fire the killing shot at crooks. They were up on roofs by themselves, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan, would have been helpful. You said it was absolutely unacceptable for there to not be direct radio communications. Would it have been helpful for the Secret Service to pick up the radios that the Butler County ESU had provided for them and reminded them to pick up?
Absolutely.
Especially up on a roof, being isolated as these counter sniper teams are.
Yes.
They didn't have that radio communication.
No, would have been
Let me
helpful.
clarify that the local Butler County ESU, in command of all the local forces assisting Secret Service that day, attempted to deliver radio communication to the counter sniper teams. My goodness, time rolls quickly. I'd like to jump into shot number 9. Shot number 9, during the interviews with the Secret Service and FBI, they commonly step over shot number 9. They say crooks fired 8 rounds and then the Secret Service fired the killing shot, shot number 10. But there was a shot number 9 fired, was there not, Mr. Lenz?
There was.
Okay, Commander, I'm gonna quote from the transcribed interview of Aaron Zalaponi. tactical SWAT officer under your command that took shot number 9. He was deployed. He heard the radio traffic. He saw the commotion. He left his deployed position and ran into a position where he thought he might be able to get a shot on if there was a shooter up on a roof, somebody on a roof. He said seconds after that is whenever the first 3 shots were fired. So I hear the first 3, crack, crack, crack. And at this point, I'm like, okay, where we at here? I look up, that's when I see Crooks. I got his head, his shoulders. I can see a rifle. At that point, I hear another crack. That's when I start pulling my weapon up. He gets 3 off. As I'm getting my target acquired, I'm getting my red dot up. I can see the gas emit from his barrel, his muzzle. Then right after that, I hear the snap of his 5th shot go off. Then immediately after that, I press one off, and that's when he immediately goes down. When I say goes down, it wasn't like he was ducking to get out of the way. I mean, I know I hit him. Like, there's no doubt about it. He goes down. He kind of jerks to the right, and then he slumps over slowly, and then kind of slowly rolls backward out of my field of view. So at that point, I did not have a second shot. At that point, he tries to recover. 2 seconds after that, the Secret Service, from a different vantage point, a higher vantage point, takes the killing shot. So my final question, if I may, to the doctor. Are you here with us, doctor?
Yes, I
Dr.
am.
Goldschmidt. You stated, sir, and I know you're doing your best. You performed the autopsy. I've observed your work. I think it was very professional work, in my opinion. You stated that there was only 1 bullet wound. I accept that you had only 1 observable bullet wound. Are you there, doctor?
Yes, I am.
Thank
Yes,
you
I
very
am.
much. Could the injuries on Crook's shoulders have been caused by a combined impact of Butler County ESU shot number 9 striking somewhere in the vicinity of the buttstock of Crook's rifle and some fragmenting from that impact? Could the injuries on Crook's shoulders have been caused by a combination of shot number 9 and shot number 10? Is that possible?
No, I don't believe so.
You don't believe it's possible. Does that mean it's possible?
No, it's not possible.
It's not possible. So I respect your testimony, but how would you determine if you removed only 1 fragment of a bullet? The FBI recovered no other bullets, that's our understanding, no other projectiles other than the partial projectile that you recovered from his shoulder. So you don't know where shot number 9 went, did you, doctor?
Correct. I do
Okay.
not.
So is it not possible, you're saying it's not possible that shot number 9 went all the way through Crooks, and you had no way of knowing that because it was in the same wound that was further affected by shot number 10? You're saying that's not possible?
The body, there was no evidence on the body of that occurrence.
There you go, sir. That's different than impossible. Listen, thank you all for testifying today. Mr. Chairman, thank you for holding this first very important hearing. We shall do more, and we shall complete our work professionally. Thank you, sir. I yield.